3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Alright, welcome back to the Nerd Experience. We're going to have another episode for you going right where we left off. No new announcements or anything, still just follow us on Instagram, YouTube. You can support the channel, all the funds go directly to making this happen, so we appreciate it. You can support us at nyrd.store or Patreon. But yeah, quick recap, the party. You explored the mines a bit after vanquishing the goblins and a troll. With the help of the lamplighter. He came up, put a little fire on it for you, and then took you to his home and gave you some rat stew, or offered rat stew to those who wanted it.
It was good.
It was okay. And you met his friend Harold, who then convinced him to go with you to the city, to not only direct you to the city that connects to these mines, but also help you explore it. Potentially to find a way out, that he has been trapped here for a long time. But that's where we're going to pick up. The city, as I described before, sprawls out in front of you. It's a relatively flat terrain. All the buildings are made of this black granite stone. As I described, there are ones that tower up 4 or 5 stories with long banners flowing down the entire length of the buildings. Far to the north distance, or we'll just call it the north, is a large palace or cathedral of sorts, with a spiraling, almost, think of like an ice cream cone almost, it's like a spiraling up on top of it to a point. And the only other thing of note is that you notice there's a large glowing orb of warm light that hovers over the city, and it lights it almost like at dawn light. So just enough to where you don't really need dark vision that much. In some areas it's going to be shadowed, but go ahead and give me a perception check to start off with, so we can see if there's any other details. Anyone above 15?
No, I'm at 13.
13? Anyone else? Okay, 13, I would say you notice there's some movement throughout the city, just far off in the distance, maybe small little sounds, but you can't see enough detail to determine what it is. And that's when the lamplighter kind of leans in and
Alright, so there are many dangerous things down here, as I told you. I was here many years ago, and I used to live in the city until they forced me out. But we're gonna need to stay quiet. Is there anywhere specific you want me to guide you?
Well,
he kind of jolts out of nothing.
I mean, it's your city, isn't it? If there's a forge, or you know where they used to forge things, I would be interested in seeing that.
Okay, I think I might know somewhere.
Do you know where a library is, or the remnants of?
And you see him kind of pausing, and at times he looks over the city and he goes,
Yes, I think I can get you to a library.
Lastly, a records hall, just to have bumbling around in there while we're walking.
Okay. Top of my mind, I don't think of anything, but I lived here, but I didn't go far. Just so you know, I had been here about a year before I came to the city, and then once I discovered there was dangers, I kind of stayed put and just tried to stay alive. the good thing is there's going to be a little bit more food down here, so perhaps we can eat something good. Do you have any more of those berries?
Actually,
Not
they
at the
disappear after 24
Mhm. Yeah,
hours,
so we
so
would not have
I
any
think
more
they're all
berries.
gone.
And I did not want to make
Oh,
them.
that's a shame.
Yeah, it is a
I
shame.
think they're all gone.
Is there perhaps somewhere where there was a Fletcher?
Yes, actually, and where you can see is stretching out from. Remember, I described it as there were two doors, large doors that had opened out from the mine carts. You see, it looks like probably like some type of depot of sorts that probably handles the organization and shipment of materials, either in or out of the city, is probably what it was used for. And it looks like there's like an archery range as well as a potential like dueling area, like a sand pit almost of something.
Sparring or
Yeah, it looks like maybe the soldiers that protected this gate had something to kind of occupy themselves on their off hours.
Okay.
So potentially you could check there as well. There might be other spots. But he leans in when you ask him and he goes,
Well, there's this city. It's almost like it was abandoned overnight. One of the things that's always stuck out in my brain is you're gonna see things that don't make sense. There's bodies all over the place, but it looks like they may have killed each other. Or something killed them and made them look like they were hurting each other. Okay, I guess the forge is probably the closest thing I might be able to take you to. We're gonna have to. You see the little river?
There's a small little river that there's a little sand pit off to the right, and the little archery range and the supply depot area, and then there's like a small little stream. It's not really a river. It looks like there's a small stream that kind of stretches, and now that you look at it, you can see it's just winds a tiny bit through the city. It looks like maybe through the center part of it. That maybe that's where they transport things along from far parts of it. So he points and he says,
I left a small boat there many years ago. Possibly it's there that we could ride along and get a little bit closer before we have to go on the streets.
So we're like, just out of curiosity,
Mhm.
we're right near the Fletcher and all that training ground.
yeah, there at least like a possible Fletcher. Yeah, there could
Okay.
be one there.
Okay.
Is there something specific you're?
I'm just trying to look around, see if there's any materials that I could collect.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you want to spend some time kind of searching that little area?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So you notice he kind of he begins to move forward and then he stops and he goes,
Right. So let's try and be quiet while we're moving through the city. I think I've told you that, but I don't want anything bad to happen. You're my best chance of getting out of here, and I would really like to get out of here.
Is it as echoey in this part of the city as it is in the mines?
Not quite as much as the mines.
you can see the cavern it's probably 30 to 70 depending on where you're at, but it kind of like widens up to where that peak of that little globe is, and it's similar to the brazier light that you had seen in certain areas in the mines, but much larger, obviously. And it is like a warm light, not a bright light. There is some a bit of fog here and there, kind of in the corners of the city from what you can see. But yeah, so he begins to quietly kind of hunch down, using his walking stick, kind of checking areas like he did throughout the mines. And you get closer to where you can see the little archery range that they have set up. There's a little stall. It looks like it's partially broken, like kind of decayed and broken down. But you can see there's a barrel and a rack back there if you'd like to investigate it or check it out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You want me to roll investigation?
Sure.
Those
Would anybody else doing anything while he's checking that out?
we're rolling here 'cause it's better.
Would there have been in the same area something like a potion or a
15.
Oh. Like a magic shop. I mean, you can definitely keep your eye out for
Or even
that.
like a first aid.
yeah, like
maybe
an apothecary or something?
Oh,
just
okay.
For like
medicines, herbs.
for the guards. after the
Give a
sparring.
perception check about this little area specifically.
10 plus
10?
5.
Okay, so 15 on both yours. You can find assorted arrows. You notice they are much more pristine dwarven make than the ones you found on the goblins.
Okay.
You find a few bowstrings.
Yep.
And you find a few pieces of a crossbow, but it's a little curious in design.
Okay.
It doesn't look finished, or maybe it's possibly broken, but it doesn't have like the top loading spot for the bolt like you would expect with a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it has kind of like an open area underneath, but it's not complete. It's something that it more just catches your eye.
Okay. I'm actually gonna I'll collect that up.
Okay.
As
If you
well
want
as
to add like a dwarven partial crossbow or something,
yeah,
that'll jog my memory.
I will also collect up those dwarven arrows.
Okay.
Are they normal arrows, or are they crossbow, or are they bolts?
There's both. That you have the
Both.
choice of both.
I'll kind of collect it all up. Now that I found this odd, seems like a half-finished crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
I will collect up those bolts to go
Okay.
along with.
There's roughly 50 or so bolts.
Okay.
And similar amount of arrows. So you could replace some of those goblin ones if it's too much.
I'm going to, because I've used quite a the arrows. Most of what I have are the goblin arrows.
Okay.
I'm actually going to set all those aside. And I'm going to pick up the dwarven,
Kind of the higher
dwarven
quality arrows.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Probably,
And
I could
something.
probably recover more of them.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Something you notice about the arrows specifically, and the bolts actually, is they're wooden, but also it seems like you would think they're gonna, be very brittle for their age, but you kind of test to feel to make sure, and they feel like fresh, like something has preserved them and kept them. You don't know if it's magic or just the ingenuity of the dwarves. You're not quite sure what they did to make it to where it sustained them for this long. Yours. You didn't notice a specific like apothecary or you do see possibly like a guard's house. I don't know if that's something you guys would want to check out. It looks like a station that could be like a guard's house, or maybe someone's like maybe one of the mines person's houses. It's just smaller is what it is, but it's still that black granite stone like all the buildings here. There just aren't any like banners or anything on it, so so you're more than welcome to check that out if you'd like.
Doesn't seem.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bulgrim would like to look at the sparring pit, the sand pit.
Okay.
Just want to see if there's any like discarded weapons, like maybe a fight was happening when whatever lamplighter said something. It looked like it all happened overnight. So maybe something was happening, and like, there's signs of it, or.
Give me an investigation roll for that area.
10.
10. I mean, you can see like spots in the sand where it was pushed from someone's footprint or whatever. No weapons specifically. The only thing that stands out is you do see a single large footprint, like 3 times the size of Thalix.
Like troll sized, perhaps?
Possibly bigger.
Possibly bigger.
Yeah. Give a nature check. I think you would know what this is, but I want to let the dice decide.
16. Hold on.
16 was the roll. Okay.
15.
It's -1. Okay.
Yeah.
Giant of some kind.
Try some good.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So that's what you do. Thalic and Hez, anything, or Kai? I know you were looking out about that spot, but
What's the condition of the city? Is there like is it like look good, or is there like graffiti, or is it deteriorating at all?
there are parts of it from what you can see have decayed and broken down a bit, similar to the mines from either the age of the planet shifting here and there over time. Buildings collapsed. Other ones, it looks like they're still pristine. There's not even like it's not like you could see dust from afar, but they just gleam a little bit more than you would expect than ancient buildings. As well as you do see some of the banners are torn. You don't know if that was done intentionally or just they wore out over time. So it's kind of a mixture of.
Now, the buildings that are fallen, do they look like they fell because of attack, or just like they deteriorated over time?
Give. Until you get a little bit closer in the city, you're probably not going to be able to tell too much. Give me an intelligence roll. How about that?
Do we know what's on the banner? Can we see any insignia? Or...
Some of them you can make out, the ones that are a little bit closer. Yeah. The only one that was really prominent was the flag over that kind of like ice cream cone spiral thing, which was the kind of the two peaks with the sun. A symbol of this city, or the civilization. There are a few that you can see, probably 4 or 5. How much dwarven history does your guy know? Not much, right? He was in the forest.
Yeah, I got no knowledge of
some
anything.
Look vaguely similar. Vaguely. Like, you can tell obviously they're dwarven clan symbols, but yeah, keep that in mind. What was 6? Yeah, until you get close, there's not going to be... Yeah, you'll have to get close. Yeah. Has anything?
Yeah, I want to check, any kind of, disease or... Basically, look, if there was any insects, any kind of nature at all, any, little rats, bats, or something, just to check to see if there's any kind of disease or...
Okay, so you're trying to decipher what happened to the city, as far as of them trying to kill each other. Is that what you're determining?
Is it a disease thing that wiped everybody out, or
I see.
Trying to see if little things are actually still living, like rats and stuff, or if it's just it's
so if you're still in a plagued area or something, is what you're trying to.
If there's no bugs
You've seen there's some type of movement and heard small little sounds. So there's definitely, and if you recall, the lamplighter told you that lots of creatures live down here.
Yeah.
And monsters of sorts. So. But yeah, you've seen rats. When you came out through the gate, there were some rats actually in that little fletching area. So you've seen life, and there's plants here and there. Yeah.
Cool.
So. But that makes sense for your character to be kind of worried about. He's a scientist, so. Okay. Anything else you guys want to kind of check out in this first kind of area where... Would you guys like me to pull up the map so you can have a relative idea? Would that help you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that having found this odd-looking crossbow, I'm definitely going to bring it over to Bulgrim and ask him to check it out. Just ask if you ever seen anything like this before. Okay.
So you see the little river now. So you guys came out of this area. Mm-hmm. This is that fletching kind of sparring area.
Okay.
Or sorry, this was a supply depot. This is the little fletching area, right? Mm-hmm. And then the sand pit was right here. Oh yeah, you guys could check that out.
Yeah, I'd like to hop over there.
Okay, but yeah, you were showing. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
You're kind of showing him this after you kind of stuffed the arrows in, and possibly you were a bit distracted when you were investigating the sandpit when you saw him pull out this. Curious is the best word I can describe it as. Crossbow of sorts.
Reveal to me your secrets.
So as Bulgrim's looking over it, does it look anything like a prototype auto crossbow, or does it look more like a regular crossbow?
Kind of in between almost. Yeah, possibly it's one of the first variants of it. You know this city is at least a few thousand years old.
Right, and the fact that it even shows signs of that is kind of crazy, because it's theoretical stuff that they're working on now. Mm-hmm. So that would also confirm a couple things from Bulgrim. Okay.
You described this as missing a piece or broken?
I think he said unfinished.
It looks almost unfinished. Either parts were taken from it, or somebody was building it.
Incomplete.
As Bulgrim looks over it, he would see it's not damaged.
Yeah.
He has enough with... he's a smith, so he understands dwarven technology enough. He can see it's not broken or damaged. It's more just incomplete. So...
Can I roll a Smith's Tools check to see if I know what pieces would complete this crossbow?
Sure. Yeah.
I get proficiency plus my strength, so it's an 11.
11?
Yeah, I mean, not very good.
You know the cartridge. From the designs you know of as far as the theoretical designs, you've only seen one or two functional or relatively functional ones. Right. It's not something like that has been mass produced within your city or anything. It looks like potentially whatever holds the bolts underneath is missing. Also, it looks like one of the, possibly like a little gear area in the back that cranks basically the arrows.
Gotcha.
It looks like probably at least that and a couple other small little parts are missing.
Okay, so as you come over, Bulgrim, he sort of stops what he's doing with the sand and he looks over and he just starts stroking his beard. Very interesting. Yes, and he'll like kind of grab it from you. I'll pull like a little thing out of his pack and he'll start like, I probably couldn't finish it myself. I don't quite know what's missing. I don't know how you load it, first off. There's no like, you don't put the bolt in the top. So clearly, there's something missing there. And then, it almost looks similar to something my uncle was working on. But, I mean, this is ancient. And I don't... There's some sort of something missing here, too. Looks like it gives some sort of action. Maybe it helps with the reloading or the shooting. Like I said, I couldn't finish it myself. Definitely worth hanging on to.
I wouldn't know what to do with it.
Perhaps I can get Hez over here at some time when we have a moment and we can both take a look at it and see if we can solve it.
Would you like to hold on to it as a project?
It's most interesting. Yes, I think I would.
Okay. Yeah, I've got even if we can figure out how this thing works, I've got my trusty bow. I don't necessarily need the.
I'm not sure I would be much good with it, but putting it back together is certainly interesting.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm interested to see how this thing works and if anyone's willing to use it.
I'll certainly give it a try. I don't think it'll be very good.
And your attention was caught when you heard your name. It's not like he like yelled it out, but you heard your name, or at least what you thought.
It's not very loud here.
Yeah, so you were close enough to where you heard them mention you.
Yeah, I think I was like playing a little bug that was on my finger.
Yeah.
Just like minding my own little world, and then I think I put him down and started walking over.
Okay, and you see him begin to like kind of like open up his pack to where he's going to be stowing that, and you can see the design. You've never seen anything like this. You've heard rumors of the ingenuity of dwarves.
Okay. It's
not one of your specialities, but something in the library where you worked in the Sky Sword. You've heard that the dwarves develop weapons of war and kind of are ingenious with kind of taking war technology further and further. They were the first ones to put weapons on airships or Zeppelin. So those are the knowledge you would have.
Okay.
So. And you're a smith, so it's very curious to you. The supply depot. Phallic and Kai, was it the two of them that you guys were going to say you began to like look over in that area?
Yeah, I would like to.
I mean, I hadn't planned on it, but we can go that way.
No, you don't have to. I was trying to see what you guys were doing.
I was just kind of looking around.
Okay, so you're kind of keeping an eye out on the city? Okay, so you're keeping watch. Kai, the rest of you see him begin to kind of go. You're going towards it, right? You're going to go into it. Okay, so so you get up and you're walking. You guys can see him kind of turn from the road, and you can see there's crates, some closed, some opened, some destroyed.
Is there anything in the destroyed ones? Like, can I see anything?
Remnants of broken trinkets in some. There's other ones of the broken ones where it looks like it may have been like knickknacks almost. Like pieces of it. It's almost like pieces of a puzzle that's not complete is almost what I would describe it. It's more like it's raw materials that have been processed to put into things. The other thing you see, give me investigation.
I didn't want to roll with that one. 5. That's the bad one. 5 plus 5, I think. 10.
Is that a D12?
Yeah, that is a D12. I didn't mean to.
You really didn't want to roll with that
Yeah,
one.
I didn't mean to grab that one. 14. So
14.
So 19.
Okay. Oh, 19 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 5, right?
That's much better.
Yeah. Makes a little bit of a
14's
difference.
higher than 12, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's strange. You see the kind of little crane area, like the little thing the wooden right here.
Yeah.
Underneath, it looks like the track from the mining carts rides underneath it. There's some of the mining carts, and you see there's some sort of ingots in there. So like, you'd have to get closer to really check them out. But you can see there's like already crafted ingots in some of the carts.
So I can just call over to my people who actually work with the metal. Say,
Okay.
hey guys, there might be something over here. There's some metal of some sort.
Metal, you say? I like metal.
Yeah, I have no interest in that, so I'll just turn over some stuff and keep
Okay.
looking through things.
You do see a body, a skeleton, not flesh.
Damn.
Something weird about it is it looks like his head is crushed underneath one of those wheels of one of those carts. So either he tripped and fell and it ran over him, or something else happened. But his head was crushed by one of the carts. It's like in between.
Oh, his head, not his hand. Oh.
No, his head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, is there anything weird about anything near him? Anything other than his head
With
being
your
crushed?
investigation, you notice his hands were bound. There's rope on his wrist,
cool. Gotcha.
behind his back. You guys walk over, or sorry, you say you're gonna go check out the ingots. Were you guys heading over too?
Yeah, I'm just kind of following.
Okay.
Following the others.
I imagine you guys kind of stick relatively close together.
Is there anything inside these, or is that just like a little open, like...
Oh, in these?
Yeah.
Those are kind of like stalls. Like, yeah, so they're open, sides and all. It's more just like a roof. And again, I described it last time. These buildings have roofs, and you don't know why, because there's obviously not rain. You're underground. It's almost like it's just like that security aspect to them.
Yeah.
To protect from the bad bird.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the guano. You're right.
So I see nothing for me?
No, you do.
Oh.
Give me an investigation specifically about the stalls, and then you're checking out those bars. You see there's iron. You see there's some sort of, it looks like brass. And then in one of the carts, you can see it's like dented from where raw ore had been dumped. But you can see like a fine dust of a very silvery color that catches your eye.
Gotcha. So nat 20.
Natural 20. Okay. What's your total? So plus 5 on that?
Yeah, actually, I lied about that earlier. I was doing perception instead of intelligence. So it's only plus 1 for me.
For investigation?
Yeah. That's my bad.
No, it's all good.
So that's 21.
21. That's still good enough. I mean, it's a natural 20.
I'll eventually get something right here.
It's a natural 20, so it's enough. Okay. Buried. You kind of you notice like some of the hay. There's like a little stall where there's hay. So you think they had horses or some other beast of burden at some point. It looks like decayed and rotted. But also some of it looks a bit fresh. Like maybe it's been placed here relatively sooner than...
So we're feeding something, actually.
Yeah. That's what catches your eye. Yes.
I can just leave that. Decayed / mixing with fresh meat.
It's almost like one side of it's fresh, and the other side is kind of decayed a bit.
You say hay or meat?
Hay.
Hay. That's what
Yeah, like straw, like hay, you know.
Yeah, no.
How many iron and brass ingots will you allow me to take?
How much weight can you carry?
A lot.
And how much... What's already in your bag? That's the other aspect, is where can you carry all of it?
So I currently have...
He doesn't have one.
No, he didn't do it. No.
I'm currently
I encouraged him to. I encouraged him.
Wait,
130
Bag of
pounds.
holding.
Bag of holding.
what about it?
You didn't get one, right? You didn't take that as an infusion?
That's
Let
not
me
an
see
infusion.
my actual,
What?
That's not a-
carry weight.
Yeah,
It's an
remember you get
artificer
an item.
infusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You took the shield and something else, I think.
I don't actually know where I see my total carry weight.
Well, there's
If you go to inventory, it'll tell you up top for the amount of weight you can carry, and that's already in your bag.
Ah, there it is. Carrying
He did.
capacity 300 pounds. I'm currently carrying 142 pounds.
Sorry, 300,
Yes.
and you have 142.
Yes.
See how much each ingot would weigh for me on like Beyond or somewhere else. How much a iron would be the most heavy
Iron
one.
ingot,
How much does that weigh?
E.
You can take as much as you want that will make you to the point where your bag would be full, and carry it through the city.
Well,
So-
I would also like to look at that dust.
Do you have one?
So, I didn't know there was a difference. I can infuse items,
Yeah.
and I can have artificial infusions, like just have them.
Yeah, you get a certain
I didn't know
amount.
that.
So yeah, you can only have two artificer infusions active at a time. So which ones do you have active?
Well, that's where I'm confused.
Uh-huh.
Because there's 2 slots for infused items,
Yes.
but artificial infusions. There's
Yes,
no
those
slot.
infusions are for the artifice for those slots. Right now, you can only have 2 items. Eventually, they'll increase to 3, 4. And
Okay.
you can infuse more items.
So one is the animated shield.
One is
right?
the animated shield. What's the other one?
Yeah. What else do you have? That's your infusion. Your armor does not count.
Yeah, no. It would be.
It depends on the dimensions of the ingot. So if it's 5 inches
How do I
long
know?
by 2 inches wide by half an inch thick, it's 2 pounds. If it's 6 inches long by 2 inches wide by an inch thick, it's 5 pounds. So it depends on like.
Yeah,
are
they're
they
all
thin?
roughly inch to inch and a half thick, 2-ish, 2.5 inches wide,
So what are
and
your,
6-inch long.
what are the
something like
other
that.
infusions you took?
So like. 8 pounds, 9 pounds per bar.
Roughly, yeah.
Sounds great. Can I try and collect any of the silver dust while I'm at it?
You can. You can spend time doing that. You could.
Okay. I'll take a dagger from my pack.
Yeah.
Take a clip of my beard and
Okay.
use it to literally
Oh,
sweep
okay.
up the dust.
That gives you help. Okay. I would say you could get like an ounce's worth of all the dust.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Only because you cut your beard to do so.
I
If you don't see any other
feel-
items that are in there, you have an open infusion slot then. Where is it? We know you have animated shield. I don't
Yes.
know of anything else that you've said you have.
Where'd you go to do
That's
the
why I'm
animated shield
confused
then?
of like
You want me to go
actual
check it
things.
out?
You can, yeah, or-
I'll go over there.
Or what we could do is, at our break, we'll go through it.
Yeah.
That way we can really
Sure.
Guys,
Get it.
get it.
Because he may have a bag of holding. So
Yeah. I mean, you're going to get quite a few bars anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get that dust. It's extremely lightweight.
Very cool.
Even the ounce of it, you feel like should be heavier.
That's what I thought when you said silver. I just wanted to
Yeah.
double check. We were on the
Yeah,
same
it's almost like
wavelength.
when you're scraping it into the pouch, it's like
That's why I cut
it's
my
nothing.
beard.
You
That's
know?
why I cut my beard.
Yeah.
It's because of that sentence right there.
So you get as many ingots as you want of iron / brass, whatever you want to get. Just keep in mind, make sure you put your weight to that amount so that you know. You have to drop stuff or whatever.
Okay, I'm going to take care of it, yes sir. And I'll let you know exactly how many iron and you said brass, or we roll
It
with
looks
brass?
like brass, yeah.
So I'm gonna write brass and maybe in quotations in for the item I make. Is that
Mhm.
cool?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Would silver dust be used in any sort of potion that I would be aware of?
It's not silver.
Oh, it's not silver. Gotcha.
If you
Silver in color,
ask,
I
if you
should say.
ask
Silver in
Bullrum, can I have that silver dust? Not only is he going to tell you no, he's also going to tell you it's not silver.
Can I have that silver dust?
No.
Okay.
And it's not silver. Does what it says on the box.
Yeah.
So you guys have kind of searched this whole area. You see there's a little bridge, a little dockyard. There is no little boat there. The lamplighter had said that he had left one years ago.
Which could be in the hundreds of years ago.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You know he's kind of lost his mind at this point. You do see there's a few other houses and such down here. This big purple one is kind of collapsed in on parts. Give me a perception check if you guys are planning on looking over this before you try and... I imagine you're trying to figure out which way to go.
Yeah. I got a 7.
Oh,
15.
20 plus.
And this is where we use perception instead of investigation. That'd be 22.
Yeah. 22?
22.
Wait,
And yours is plus 7 too as well, isn't it? For 8?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're 23, 22. Okay.
Wow.
These two
Oh,
have enough. What is yours?
22.
22. So the three of them. You guys see really well enough to where like you can
I
see...
rolled a 7. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. You're still kind of thinking about that crossbow. Like, what the hell is that thing? But the three of you, especially Thalic, has been kind of keeping his eye out on the city. Something... You notice the streets are kind of clean. And what you notice is not only the buildings are made from this black granite, but it looks like the ground is black granite, the roads are. And it doesn't look like they are individual blocks. It's more like it was carved itself. Like possibly this is entire cavern of black granite. But yeah, the roads are very clean. Stands out to you, for one. 2, is you do see movement down here. Like a large looming figure or shadow coming from this direction. Not tall enough above the buildings or anything, but
I think,
large.
I think it's at this point Bulgrim will, after collecting his stuff, you know, in the sand pit over there was a footprint that looked to be bigger than the troll we took down. So just everyone be on your guard. There's something large around here, and given that shadow over there, might be that way.
That was this way.
That was across the bridge.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, in kind of that back corner area, right in this area.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
go to the pink houses.
Well, I believe the other option was to try and float down the river with the lamplighter.
Mm-hmm.
With no
Originally on a little boat.
Oh,
But there's
but
no
there
boat.
is no boat.
No boat.
Hey, where is the lamplighter?
We could walk down the river till.
You notice he is
Yeah, how
kind
deep
of...
is the river?
You can get closer to check it out.
Yeah.
The lamplighter. You guys have kind of all been like doing your thing. He has just kind of been just like standing there, just like, you know. Have you ever seen a little dog when it just shakes constantly? You know, it's like their nervous system
Like a
isn't
chihuahua.
developed.
It's a
Yeah, it's a chihuahua look.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's literally, you can see him just kind of like involuntarily shaking
with
a
the
bit.
bug eyes.
Yeah, keeping his eyes on the city, and he notices that movement, and you can see a bit of a tremble on his like jaw.
Can his friend Harold keep him in check?
Oh,
So we all see this.
At this point, yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
I'm gonna ask the lamplighter, what is that?
I recommend we find somewhere to sit and hide.
Okay, but what is that?
Something large and gray, humanoid.
Large gray.
And you see him kind of just not run, but like hurry over behind this area and like hunker down back in this corner.
So with the knowledge of the footprint and the large gray humanoid, would we be able to know what that is? At least one of us who is more versed in
Yeah, I mean,
history, creature.
you imagine it's. He thinks it's a giant of some sort. You already rolled about the footprint. When he describes it as gray and large and humanoid, you're pretty sure it's a stone giant.
Interesting. Sounds like a stone giant. They're typically. Actually, how much do I know about stone giants? Can I?
You can roll a nature. And when he says that, anyone else proficient in nature can roll.
I rolled a 20, so it's going to be a 19.
Of course. Because he has negative modifier.
Because I'm dumb.
So if you're proficient in nature, you can roll a 20 because he mentioned giant. Goliath, Thalic would be able to roll as well, being a half giant.
Yep. Papa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I have nothing for nature.
I know, but because you're half giant.
15.
15.
11.
11. Okay. So 19. From the size of the shadow, the footprint, the description as humanoid and gray, you know stone giant is probably what it is for one, and two, you know that that's not something you typically want to mess around with. It's above your pay grade is probably what you would feel the most at. Like maybe you guys could take it down, but if anything else got involved or it just didn't go your way,
Right.
it'd be scary.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
Even with the lamplighter's help.
how deep is this water?
The water, that's one of the things you noticed before. So it's roughly probably about 3 feet in like the deepest, but it's about 5-6 feet wide, and it looks like it's more like a channel, like it was made compared to an actual stream.
Can we see the bottom or no?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I mean it's because the light that you have from the little floating orb, we'll call it the sun. You can see through the water.
Okay.
It doesn't look like black or
Yeah,
murky.
there's like nothing hiding in there. We're like,
Not
okay,
that you can
guys.
see.
I found the book.
So the shadow is relatively moving towards you guys.
Oh.
It's coming this direction, and that's where it's flat. So you only catch glimpses of it as it like just perfect angles and all, because buildings are kind of blocking its view. But you see it's coming up this way.
I don't like that.
But as I'm near the water, I'd like to grab a few of the stones just for safety.
Okay.
Some of the smooth stones.
Noted.
I think I'm gonna
What?
do that too.
I think we could walk. I'd like to walk that way a little bit, just to keep out of the. If we can squeeze.
The direction of the lamplighter. Go that way.
Is-
So
I
he
guess
went and hid back
to-
behind here.
Yeah, I'd
We're
like to
still
go.
over there, right?
I'd like to go that
This way?
Yeah. Just
Like you just want to try and find an area over here.
yeah, we can because this thing's shadowy figures moving towards us.
It's coming down this way. You're not quite sure if it heard you or smells you or whatever, but this bridge is about 6 feet up over the river. So yeah, you just want to try and find an area over here to hide.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna duck down at like the start of the bridge, grab a stone, put my magical tinkering of like swelling up a goblin on it, and then chuck it as far as I can another way to kind of get him to go that way and not
Like
towards
this
us.
direction or that
No,
direction?
if he's coming this way, I'm over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it that way.
Like over here.
Yeah. Like
Okay, give me a
way far
strength.
away from us.
Strength throw.
No, don't strength are weak. Let's see. What is my strength?
I'll let you do athletics if you'd like.
Yeah.
If it's an aimed
Yeah.
attack, you could do dex too, but that's up to you. The DM thing.
I think he's trying to throw it pretty far, though.
Okay. Right in front of me.
Yeah. He goes to throw it, trips, and
12. 12 plus.
Is that a D12?
No. Am I supposed to?
no, it's a d20.
Okay.
It
I'm like,
looks,
whoa.
I know.
It looks almost like
It
It's
does.
a-
It's the colors.
so 15 total.
I was
Yes.
like, oh, this.
Yeah, you chuck it. It's a small enough stone, and I mean you're frail, but you get it over in this general area. So roughly 40-50 feet. I mean it's a pretty good throw.
Okay.
Timer is up. Tell me, everyone, what were you doing? I know you were running over. There's not really that many spots to hide.
Yeah.
You know, there's one boulder you might be able to hide behind.
It looks like there's a channel from the river though. Like, does that
Oh
go,
yeah, you could try and hide back in
Yeah,
there.
does that go underneath? Like there's
Yeah,
no,
the river
no
flows.
grates
on-
or anything. No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go,
Okay, so you were going to try and go down the river,
yeah.
down like the side of it or something. Okay.
Yeah. Just walk in the bank.
Everyone else.
And I think Bulgrim's gonna go kind of corral Lamplighter and then follow Kai like kind of down. I mean, is there like a bank at all to this like little channel? River?
Yeah, there's roughly like a foot on each side, so it's like a foot drop. It's kind of like a sloped angle, and then flat of 3 feet.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Down.
So yeah, Bulgrim's gonna try and like corral Lamplighter over to like the edge of the river, where like it clearly looks like this giant is shambling our way. We're gonna try and get out of its way and somewhere where it probably won't go.
Okay.
Because it's big.
Is everyone else going in that direction as well?
Yes. While I'm going, I'm not as not hurrying as much as they are. I'm actually taking some of that dwarven string and I'm restringing my bow.
Okay. With the dwarven string. Okay.
Yes. But I'm increasing the tension on it.
Understood. Okay. Something you notice when you're doing it, like you're having to do it while you're walking, right? You had started it, but then everybody started moving, so you like keep doing it. It can handle quite a bit of load. Like it seems like it's really durable stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely making it so I have to really pull back on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Odysseus. Is that the bow that he had in the Odyssey? He had. I think it was him who had a bow like. Whatever.
Okay.
It's nerdy, but yeah, it's like real tight. Thalic and everybody else has your going down with them after you throw the stone or whatever.
kind of still hiding behind the.
You're just being a troll.
Odysseus was a renowned skirmisher with his like crazy bow.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hiding behind the little 6-foot thing on the bridge.
The bridge? Okay, so you're staying at the bridge underneath?
Really curious. Yeah, or kind of like right here, ducking down behind this thing.
Like
so
this pillar?
You're just underneath the bridge in the
I
water.
really want to see this thing because I have,
Okay,
being a
so
bit
you're going to
nerd,
stay
I'm
in
like,
the
I
path
really
potentially
wanna
of it.
see
Okay.
what this thing looks like.
And you're hiding.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a Thalic, what are you doing? Sorry.
Do we remember who had those?
Stones?
Runes?
They both had the rune stones.
Gotcha. I was just curious.
One's in his pocket and the other one's in his pack or
It
something.
hasn't left Bulgrim's pocket in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was following them.
Them? Okay, so the entire party goes down here except for Hez.
Awesome.
And you guys get down to where the houses are blocking direction, and then you guys realize,
Anybody seen heads?
where's Hez? Like,
Where's the berry
crap.
man?
Again.
Where's the berry man?
Did we leave him behind?
I ain't have any today.
Are you in the depot? Oh my god.
He's right
he's
here.
underneath the bridge.
Oh.
He's kind of
He's at
hanging out in the
least hiding.
corner. Give me a stealth roll.
Gonna make the stone giant pay the troll toll.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
What is it? Is it a natural
Yeah.
1?
3 plus 2. 5.
5.
So he
Wait,
falls.
with your stealth armor, you only get plus
Yeah,
2?
I don't get how it works. There's a little red and green thing, but I don't know. They're like plus 2, and I'm like, why do I have self
Yeah,
armor?
so
plus 2?
if you have a red and green, you have advantage and disadvantage. So you're wearing heavy armor, so you get disadvantage. But because you're the infiltrator, you have the dampening field, so it gives you advantage.
So
then
it
you
just
roll
cancels
straight.
out.
Yeah. So you
Gotcha.
roll straight
Okay.
with heavy armor.
And then your dex,
nice.
So
your dex
5.
is 14.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Huh.
Your
The
dex is
armor just
14.
making
Okay.
a bunch of noises.
Fee-fi faux fum, bitch.
Because if you're only getting plus 2 stealth, then you only
okay.
get plus 2 modifier.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what we
Oh
wanted to do.
no.
Here.
This
I don't get why.
is a nightmare.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
That's-
No, I don't know why. I have
That's
a
a double
disadvantage.
compounding effect. He threw the rock to get it closer to him as
I know.
as he made as much noise as possible.
So
You're never gonna catch me.
he's hiding there. And all of you looking back, realizing he's not there, now see a hulking, roughly 25 to 30 foot tall stone giant.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Beginning to lumber in this direction. And then you see him stop and go, Duraku. And you see him look back, Duraku. And you see there's still shadows in the back behind him. Like, a good ways back. But you then see him go, begin to turn and investigate. And he's kind of just like looking around, and you see him kind of like pushing small, like broken down carts and just city life stuff.
I am sorry. He actually has a fantastic point. There's no reason he should have disadvantage on his stealth. He's wearing padded armor.
So yeah, give me an advantage roll.
I am sorry.
No, that
he's absolutely correct.
yeah.
There's literally no reason.
Roll another d20.
He
add
has
plus 2.
plate, but he's not wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm.
Oh, it's better. It's 4. So 6.
Dice
At
still
least
tell
we-
the
yeah.
dice still tell a story.
Yeah.
At least now we know.
So
Thank you,
the
Richard.
coin
Yeah,
you had
no
thrown,
problem.
or the rock you had thrown, got about in this area, and you see him kind of walking back and forth, looking, sniffing, and you can see him getting frustrated. Like, giants aren't very intelligent. That's something you do know. But you see him like sniffing, and then he kind of moves up, and he's as tall as, actually taller than some of these buildings. And you see him start like slamming his arms, and you can see the wall crumbling in and cracking in areas, and you're kind of terrified at this point. Still mesmerized at seeing a stone giant, I'm sure.
And realizing that I'm way too close.
Yeah, you're like in the bull pit, you know, like you're waving the red flag in front of the bull.
Oh, that bull's really cool looking.
Yeah. Okay, what would you like to do at this point?
I think I was gonna realize that where he is and kind of come off from being excited about seeing that for the first time. I think he's gonna use he's gonna get out of there.
Okay.
Because
what are you gonna try and do? Just like stealthily move? Because remember, this is open.
Yeah.
You have the flowing. It's not a flowing river, but it's like a very still, like like. So I mean, you could attempt to like hunk down and like maybe move through there, or I don't know. What ingenuity are you gonna try? What is everyone else doing while he decides? You guys see this happening. You hear the buildings starting to get...
I'm waiting to see if he can get out of it. If not, then I'll have to do some heroic shit.
Bullgrim is going to hold his action for if the stone giant catches our friend.
How far away are we?
Either visually or...
100 feet?
Ooh, I guess in that case...
Because you guys kind of got into that area where...
Should we maybe move a little closer?
Yeah, I guess we probably should start shuffling back a little bit.
Okay.
So you guys are starting to move back towards him, towards Hez.
Just very cautiously, I'd even say that we're moving at like a half pace.
Okay.
Trying with extra effort to be stealthy and quiet.
So you can give me your stealth rolls, whoever's doing that. Thalic and Kai, are you guys doing that with them, or what are you doing?
I have disadvantage. Why? It's medium. Why would we be able...
Oh, is it? You medium? Oh, that sucks.
That sucks. Oh, so it's an 8, and I dropped a 20.
I only got a 10.
Oh.
Yeah, but an 8.
So we're about 100 feet
From here.
I hate that.
You guys are over in this area.
I know. It's scale. Yeah.
Could I
I can also scale.
I did it to myself.
maybe cast dancing lights behind the troll if I'm within range?
Behind the stone giant?
Yeah.
What's the range on it?
120.
Ooh.
Dancing lights, you could attempt to, I believe an object you can do dancing lights on. Does it say object or just
It's
person?
Emote
Yeah,
air.
you
Yeah,
create
and
up
it's
to
a cantrip,
4
right?
Yeah, yes. That's
You can absolutely do it. You just have to visually be able to see. I'm going to...
And you're under the bridge, right?
No, he's with us.
There. So,
Hez is the one
you can
over
see, this is kind of the range that you could get it.
gotcha.
So, yeah.
Grab 4 of those little rings.
You create up to 4 torchlight lights within range. Ring appears torches, lanterns,
Oh.
glowing orbs that hover in the air.
So
Here, you want to find one?
Yeah, where do you
So
want rings?
I'd like to just kind of
Right in this area?
yes,
Or?
like kind of catch his eye.
Okay.
Maybe here.
So he's kind of like slamming against this building and is turning, and he's continuing to, like, you can just see the rage building in him,
And
right?
then 4 just glowing orbs just pop up.
Okay. And are they actually like dancing or spinning? How do you want to describe
The
this?
glowing orbs are kind of just like. Yeah, I like the spinning with like little, like kind of.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
like it's catching.
If
wind,
there's
like
not one, we can just use one of them.
almost
yeah.
like this,
There you go. Here's
like
these
just
Okay.
floating in the air.
Okay.
1, 2, 4.
Perfect. So you back in this area, like.
Are you doing it all on top of them?
Are you doing them
You can
one
spread
spot or?
Yeah, I just kind of wanted one to catch his eye, and then like we kind of pepper them in like maybe 10 feet apart.
Okay. Kind of like that, or?
I think he's trying to like.
Or like a trail back this way.
Like a breadcrumb trail.
Oh, okay. So you could get it roughly, because it's 120 feet, maybe about like that.
Yeah, so like kind of like that.
Okay. Or even if you wanted more of like a straight line.
Yeah.
That's perfectly.
Yes.
That's about the furthest you could get it.
Yes.
So you do that. Phallic, what are you doing?
I'm I'm big and noticeable, so I'm just gonna kind of chill
You're
out
very stealthy, though.
for now. Well, yeah, just chilling out.
Okay.
I always imagine Thalek as like being able to hide behind a lamppost and nobody sees
Yeah.
him.
You guys seen
like he's
Beverly
that
Hills
good.
Ninja? Beverly Hills Ninja. You guys seen that?
Yes.
Where he like behind the pole.
Yep.
Reminds me of the one scene from Guardians where he's like, "I've mastered the ability to become completely invisible."
That's Phallic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That actually is better. Yeah. Yeah. But actually turn invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it actually happens.
He actually can turn invisible. So you see him see it, and he runs over and kind of starts like kicking at the light and swinging his arm down, and it slams in the ground, and then he shakes his hand and then begins to like run through them. Okay, what do you guys do at that point? So he's running, trying to like scoop up these lights.
I will move closer, like still moving a little
Okay.
bit, so that I can continue to lead the trail away.
Okay. And you're moving stealthily as you do it, or are you just moving? So you can do 15 feet and cast it if you're doing stealthy, or regular speed and cast it, so 30 feet. But there's a chance he could hear.
Yeah.
Or...
I will go half. I'll only move the 15 feet.
Okay. So you can keep doing that, and it begins to like dot. You guys can see just a trail of him like leading it back, and you're about 60 feet from Hez, and Hez sees you at this point, sees the rest of you, kind of comes out of his daze. What do you do?
I'm going like this to this man.
Yeah. And Lamplighter's just like, come on, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
So I'm gonna use to start slowly, stealthily walking that way.
Like along the river, in the river. Like,
No,
is it-
away from the water. I don't want to make noise.
Okay, so you're like stealthily trying to make your way that way. The giant gets to here, and you're able to cast it far enough, roughly, to where it gets to this corner before you lose sight. And you see him. You just kind of like. He's like, and he just slams his arms against the two buildings, and you see them begin to collapse in from the force of him just getting enraged. And you can see there's a bit of blood. It's like gray, black blood spilling down his arm. And he's going to make a perception roll. This will determine what happens next.
Almost got it.
It's at disadvantage because of what you were doing. Well, it was a natural 20, but that didn't count. And then 5. So, 10 total. Give me your stealth roll.
At advantage.
Yes.
At advantage, yes.
So that's just the plus 2.
Yes.
Two.
Thank you, Bolgrim. At advantage.
16, 17, 18.
That was advantage?
No, you roll 2.
Roll twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do
I mean, that's
You
because you have
gotta
advantage
get
from your armor.
Hey, look, I looked at
Oh, I thought the
Yeah.
at
plus
this
2.
point. Now I know it.
Oh, that's 17, 15. Right?
17. All of you give me your stealth rolls.
Oh!
He is good. Like, you can see he's making his way and the giant's not noticing.
You were screwed.
But yeah, I want to see this.
You go first.
Wait, I'm still. Do I have?
You haven't moved out. No, you're good. You're good.
I got a 3 on my stealth.
3.
Hey.
14.
Me
14.
and Austin rolled nat ones.
Both of you.
Yeah.
We both rolled nat ones, so mine is
they're far
mine's
away,
a
though.
5. Mine's a 5.
We did not. We're about 75
man.
feet away. Just fine.
You are.
They didn't come up with me, right?
And you guys were beside the river?
Yeah,
I'm calling it river,
we're definitely
The channel.
straight.
Beside the
Whatever.
channel, the water, whatever.
The water.
We both, I guess,
Okay.
started doing some splashing around there.
Like, you just now get your string
I gotta
on,
lift
right?
her up.
And you're,
Draws it.
yeah, you're like starting to draw it, and part of your plate mail, you wear,
So
part of your,
scale mail.
yeah, the scale, you hear it go, clink, clink, as like the metal like pops in, because you're so much more tension, you're having, your muscles are just kind of pulling differently,
Yeah.
and you're pulling, and it makes a little bit of noise, and you kind of pause. At the exact same time, it throws Bolgrim off, and he kind of trips over himself a bit, and it makes another on the ground. but metal on stone.
Yeah.
Or it's metal.
Oh yeah, I have metal boots.
Okay. And he rolled a 10. So you see him kind of. And he turns around and begins running off in this direction. What do you guys do? Hez, you're about 60 feet from where Thalic was. All of you are about 15 feet from Hez. So
He's
I mean, you guys are probably 130 feet from him.
Yeah.
You do speak giant.
It's an automatic language. For,
Yeah, for
really?
Goliaths, yeah.
It doesn't say it's in my language.
That's weird.
You should have that. Oh, I saw.
You saw?
I did.
You just didn't give me. I was waiting for an answer.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
That is?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
take the.
Like
You won't
for-
get the
for-
bonus or anything like we talked. Like
Oh,
yeah,
so I know
for
what he's
however
saying.
long until...
yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So wait, what's he saying?
That's what that negative modifier I was thinking. from
Yep.
that, Yeah.
Okay.
So what's he saying?
You understand him to be saying, "Goblin scum," and he's running towards the direction where he heard and smelled things, and he's running. I'm gonna make him make one more perception check, at just straight roll this time, to see if he sees you guys down here. He still smells this because this lasts like a minute or something, doesn't it? 5 minutes. So yeah. So there's kind of he has that dual. He's smelling something over here, but he heard something in this general direction behind him. So I'm gonna make him make one more perception check. We're gonna gold dice it. Whew. Let's roll initiative. It was a 19 now. So
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh boy. I
was
got
wrong.
a 7 for my initiative.
let
I
me
was
switch
wrong.
up the music real quick.
Last 6 seconds, that little smelly thing.
What are you? Is
It only
magical
lasts 6
tinkering?
seconds.
6 seconds.
Is it magical tinkering?
Oh, then yeah, it wouldn't help
Yeah.
at all.
Is it magical tinkering?
Yes.
Magical tinkering lasts until dispelled.
Oh. Okay. Oh, 6 second long recorded message.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
The smell is there, by the way.
Okay,
Smell is there. Okay.
What are we rolling?
But he sees the 4 or whoever that are specifically the ones in the armor. He sees in the far distance.
Fair enough.
Has he seen me yet?
Maybe he yelled out,
He
"Goblin."
notices movement, but he's kind of like, but yes, he sees there's people along the bank, right? Kai, where were you at? You were like 15 feet from Hez,
Right, and then they were.
It's roughly.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's get those rolls. Did everybody roll initiative?
Yep, I got a CFL.
I did not.
Do I get a modifier?
Everyone roll, and then
0.
Alright, well, shoot.
Oh,
East be
well.
amazing.
anyone 15 and above.
Yes, 19.
19.
Does it plus anything?
No one else above 15.
Roll 6.
You rolled a 1. Okay. What? So your initiative is probably like +4 or something. I don't know. Tell me the total in just a minute. Anyone above 10? Really? Okay. What are you?
7.
7. 6. Wow. Hez, what are you?
4.
4?
You got a plus something on that?
On
Go
what?
to your.
It just main page. Initiative. Should be like +2 or 3 at least for you, I
Plus two.
imagine.
So 6 also.
6.
Oh, right up top.
So 7, 6, 6,
6.
6.
Oh!
6. It's gonna be good.
It doesn't really matter. Whatever. Who wants to go first in those 3? I would say look at your dex score, but you're probably the highest at 20. So
Dexterity is 20.
Just make them all play their turn simultaneously.
yeah.
Chaos. Triple attack.
Are these guys always
Yeah.
just savage? Like, they're no.
That's why I asked about Stone earlier about how much I knew about them, because depending on what campaign you're in, it depends. Because it's literally called like Storm King's Thunder. It's all about giants, and like stone giants are actually one of the nice giants. So like, it just depends where you are.
They don't like goblins.
Well,
Depends
yeah,
where
but
you
I
are.
can use psychic whispers on him
You can.
and talk to him.
On your turn, you absolutely can.
Yeah, but if they start attacking him before that,
Well,
They aren't close enough.
the good thing is, normally I wouldn't tell you what order, but they go last because they rolled a 1. And they have a 2 to their initiative. So you guys have one round basically, almost, not a surprise round or anything, but everyone's going to get to go once before something happens. So first up is Bulgrim. Warlow on deck.
Does Bulgrim get the feeling that we've definitely been spotted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
fantastic.
The giant's looking at you guys in your area, and he yelled something. You don't know what.
I'm going to move down the bank back towards him, 25 feet.
Towards the giant.
Yeah, towards.
Okay.
The giant. And
So
I'm
let me place some.
going to raise my shield up.
There we go. Or you were like right here. Bulgrim, you were about here, so 15. You said
All 25 is fine.
we'll be right there. You're just straight down the path going
Yeah.
towards them. Okay. Kai, you were right in this area, I think, so you would be a. Or
I was closer than.
you were, yeah, you were.
Because I
about
was
there.
creeping up on.
Yep. Or yeah, so you could keep moving it. So dancing lights were over there, but they disappear after 6 seconds, right? So I think
Nope.
so.
I
They
don't
stay?
know.
I thought it was like.
A minute.
I'm not sure.
Let me go back to it. I just left it.
You were still kind of back here, I think.
I was right
Up to
next to
1 minute.
Bulgrim.
Yeah.
It says concentration up to 1 minute.
Lamplighter stayed back with Thalic.
Yeah, he'll run back over there. He'll raise his shield.
Okay.
And he will take the dodge action.
Dodge. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
I don't think so.
Okay. Warlow, you were up. Thalic on deck.
I will knock an arrow and I will hold my action.
Okay.
Depending on whether or not he attacks us, will I loose that
Okay.
arrow? So I'm holding my attack.
Okay. So if he gets within melee range or attacks one of your allies.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm basically holding my attack to use it as a reaction.
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thalic, you were up.
okay, I'm gonna use psychic whispers.
Okay, what's the range on that?
It doesn't say that.
I think it's if sight and that's it. But just double check. I just want to make sure because you haven't used it yet.
No, I used it once.
In the mines?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, 1 mile.
1 mile. Yeah, it's just enough. Yeah.
We're
So
close.
yeah, you
Right off
see
the
him
cusp.
and you can, and I imagine you're saying it in giant,
Yes.
since that's what he spoke. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell him that, you know, hey, we hate goblins, too. Like, we really hate goblins, and we mean you no harm.
And you see him kind of, he's looking around, he kind of rubs his ears, and he goes, he says verbally, but also you hear him say it in his own head. You hate goblins? You hate goblins too?
Oh, we would like to kill the goblins. We will help you kill goblins if we see them.
Yes, we kill goblins. And you hear, he turns back and he goes, you guys just hear, Barakuda! And he's yelling in giant, but you can understand he's saying it in his head while he verbalizes it. He's not super intelligent, right? It's like he's reinforcing himself what to say. And he says back to you, we hunt together. Yes! And he slams his arms in the air. Yes, we kill goblins!
So I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna show myself. These my friends are who you are looking at.
Your friends are goblins?
No, my friends are not goblins.
They smell like goblins.
There must have been a goblin here earlier. We were looking for him.
I hate goblins. You know where they go?
No, we've been looking for him. They went the other way though.
Oh. Okay. Well, friend, kill goblins. And you see him kind of. Bye. I hunt goblins. And you guys are out of combat. Good use. You can have an advantage. Pick an inspiration dice. Could have been really bad.
How long does Psychic Whispers last?
It's probably like 1 round. I know it was a lot of back and forth.
No, because the range is a mile. We find goblins down the road.
That's true.
Hey, buddy, goblins!
Yeah, how long do you keep that connection?
Stone giant, we found the goblins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go in your room.
Oh,
3 blocks down on the right.
I was supposed to roll a d6, apparently.
For what?
Yeah, what does that do?
Oh, for like how long it
How long
lasts?
you
Yeah, it lasts for a number of hours equal to the number rolled.
Wow.
So at least 1 hour. Okay, give me a d6 roll, yeah.
Wow.
Are you only able to use this once per day?
Or no, the first time I use it, I have 4 psionic energy die,
Oh, okay.
and the first time
That's
I
awesome.
use it,
Yeah.
I don't expend any energy.
Oh, nice.
So,
this
4.
was free.
He gets 4-hour connection with this giant.
Yeah.
He can just like check
Holy
in with
From,
it.
from a mile away.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
I love
That's
that.
cool.
You know roughly the size of the city across is about a mile, mile and a half. So you know from almost anywhere in the city you're gonna be where you at to that giant. So
I just imagine you just start talking about your life story
Yeah.
together, you know.
so you see Goblin?
Like he's gonna go back, and they're gonna think that this guy's crazy. He's just talking to himself. But
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know it's in his mind. He just keeps saying it out
Yeah,
loud.
he is. So he just meanders back in this area, right? And you see other stone giants, probably 3, 4.
Oh, God.
2 of them are like smaller. They look like maybe children. Still taller than you, though. 10 feet or so tall. One looks maybe a bit more feminine. So possibly like a spouse. Are you getting ready to dance in lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we could keep them there if you wanted.
I mean, you can. I'll leave them here in case you use it again.
Oh, it's definitely getting used for you.
So, the lamplighter, Thalic, you turn after you showed yourself, and you can see he pissed himself. Like, straight up pissed himself when that giant started bolting towards you guys. You, like, slowly let that out, and you can feel your shoulder, like, you had kind of, like, compressed your shoulder, like you're doing with, like, bench press or something. Yeah. But, like, you were pulling it back, and you were just, like, you could feel, like, your hand, like, you're an experienced archer, and you know that this is going to take some training to work. Yep. But you're kind of amazed that your bow didn't break for one, and that the string didn't snap at the tension that was there.
Yeah.
Everyone else, what would you like to do as you guys are like, what the hell just happened? This giant just came over, started talking out loud, a bit more calm as he got to like this area, and then stopped after like nodding his head and saying something, and then kind of like not walked but hurried, and then you see these other giants begin to come in this direction.
Oh yeah, no one knows what I did.
No.
It's this place is very weird. It seems most things down here don't have their minds.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk back over to my party with lamplighter.
Okay, so you kind of almost have to drag him out from there, and he's
Actually, can I just like grab him by the hand and just kind of carry him?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're like 7-something feet tall. He's like
I don't want him to
100 pounds wet. Like,
Get up here, little buddy.
yeah, maybe not even
put him on
100
my
pounds.
shoulder.
Yeah, you kind of like
No,
sitting on your shoulder,
just
or
like
like
around
just
your back.
thrown over your shoulder.
No,
Yeah.
like a little kid with like his legs over
Yeah,
his
yeah,
legs.
like-
Okay.
We're going to Disney.
You got the mountain pack.
Just piss running down your back.
Yeah.
No, I drug him through the water as I threw him up.
Yeah. So you drag him, and you guys kind of all meet up in this area. And Hez, you're realizing like that was really awesome, but that could have really went bad.
But I don't know what happened yet, right?
No, you're like
Okay.
you're wondering what happened.
Yeah.
Why did this giant stop?
So they're gonna be like, what was that about?
I would really like to slap Hez.
Everything around here seems to be kind of crazy. It just started talking to itself.
Yeah.
Well, I used my psychic whispers to deter him from attacking us. In trade, if we see any goblins,
Gotcha.
Oh,
Let
like
me
when
know.
we were following Lamplighter originally, and you were talking in our heads.
yes. No, that was before then. That was.
Oh, was that even before?
Yeah, that was when we first got into the
Oh, that was
mines.
for okay. My bad.
So you're saying you can speak with that fella?
Yes,
Why
Was
would
he-
you do that?
because it saved our lives.
This time,
I don't like him. Not you, the giant. The giant.
What was he? upset about? What stopped him from going?
Well, you see that goblin rock you threw. He really hates goblins. Really hates goblins.
Did you tell him about the goblins we killed?
No, he just kind of ran away after I told him we were also killing goblins.
So they're non-violent towards us, apparently?
The stone giants are gonna...
Help us out.
They're gonna leave us alone or help us out if we run into some trouble with some goblins.
You guys don't even see goblins. It's just something else that attacks you. You say, hey, there's goblins over here.
These goblins are weird. They're almost kobold-like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of...
Yeah.
Did he have a name?
So this is a very.
I didn't get his name.
Did he mention
Yeah.
any place
They're
worth,
dragon worshippers.
worth exploring or anything of note?
No, but I can ask him.
That'd be.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
He's still right there with him.
Yeah, hey, so I'm gonna use my psychic whispers that I still have going on. I'm gonna ask him his name.
Hello? And you guys hear similar thing where you guys can hear the voice. And you hear him say, oh, it's you, friend. My name? Yes. It's Feast. Like, Fist. And you guys can see him hold up his hands up in the air above the buildings. Like,
He's lost his mind.
Fist, my name's Thalic. Is there anything special or anything I should know about this city or being down here?
It's very big, but goblins, ugh, everywhere. We hunt them, we eat them, they're delicious. But they steal things.
Do you know where they take the things they steal?
They take them to center of city. We can't fit. Do there. And he points towards like the little area where the small bit of water goes underneath. We have to find other way around. They always run. Small. Vermin.
We don't know any of this that's happening.
Nope. You guys just hear giants speaking out into nothingness.
What if I can find you a way to the center of the city?
Find? Like make?
Make or find?
Yes. You can kill goblins?
Yeah, all the goblins you can kill.
Be like special day.
I will, Fist, I will see what I can do to help you.
You are friend. We find goblins together and kill and eat. Yes? Yes.
Absolutely.
And you guys hear a giant laughing in the...
So I'm going to tell everyone what just happened in this conversation.
Okay, and as he's like 3/4 of the way explaining the conversation, you hear a yes, but in giant.
Yeah, so I think we should maybe do some exploring and see if we can help our friend Fist out.
Can you ask him if we're allowed to cross his bridge?
Fist, can we cross your bridge and explore and look around the city?
Yes. How many of you?
6?
There is 6 of us.
7 with a...
No,
It's
6.
just 6.
Just
Oh,
6.
homeboy in his pocket.
Oh, Harold. Oh my god.
Forgot about Harold.
I do imagine.
6.
You can make Harold act.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
That's messed up.
Yes. There's small path goblin escape through over here. You come, I show.
Yeah. We don't hear it. But.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We're
Where are
on
you?
our way, Fist.
Okay. Bye.
Click.
Yeah. How you turn off?
Can I send him a text?
Yeah.
Can you hear Fist when Fist in the bathroom?
Yeah. So, you see... Here, I'll zoom out a bit so you guys can... So, over in this area, all of you are making your way that way? Okay.
Yeah.
Thalic, are you leading the way?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys get about here, and you see the giant Fist, like, watching you, and all the other, the 3 other giants. kind of watching as well, and he says, "You Thalic?
Yeah.
Thalic. This way." And he kind of, and you can see there's a bit of his like skull that's kind of like cracked and crushed in a bit. And he turns and he points, and he's missing one of his finger, but just like the nub of the index finger, he points, and he only has 3 fingers and thumb, so he points over. Well, I guess 2.5 then. Into this area, he says, "There, hole. You go there. You small. Well, you small enough, I think. Go through hole. Find goblin. Make way. I come. We eat goblin. It's delicious." And he says that verbally to you, but you hear it in your head too.
But I'm translating for everyone so everyone understands.
You can if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Are you guys gonna walk by him and go towards that area?
Yeah, Bulgrim's going right to the goblin hole.
Okay.
Going right
So
to the
as
goblin
he's
hole.
translating,
Wait.
you just like.
Wait, can you make the hole bigger?
That's what I was about to ask.
I don't know. Maybe.
How big do we need to? How big is hole, and how big do we need to make?
The hole, it looks like literally just like a mine, like a shaft that had like a door on it for a dwarf humanoid to fit through. So you'll like kind of have to hunch down. This massive giant can't fit through, but normal people, it's just a passageway from one part of the city to the other. And it's roughly 6 feet wide, 6 feet tall, squared, with it looks like a door used to be there, but is missing now.
In the river, how big was that opening for?
The river was like 7 feet wide, 3 feet deep, and it was about 6 feet above it. So
9 feet entry.
Into the water. Yeah, so maybe they could squeeze through and like crawl, but they haven't done it. They always just look at it and they don't even think about going into the water, I guess. So where that connects, and you guys can see, it connects through. Right here's the doorway, and it looks like you can see the edge of these buildings.
Okay, so
Through
there's not
it.
a door on the other side either.
Mm-mm.
Okay, and it's what, like 30-foot long passage, 20-foot long passage?
Oh, it's long. It looks like 50.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Roughly 55-ish feet.
That would take a very long time to make the tunnel bigger with like tools of any kind. Like you would need magic really to make the tunnel bigger.
Or explosives.
Or explosives.
That is always an option.
Or explosives.
Oh, artificer.
I know, what can I use? I have a lot of stuff that does stuff, but I don't know, can you do damage?
What
on
about
anything?
going over? Or do we hit the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
We hit the roof.
In that area, it hits the roof. You guys were able to see past this that covers the little hair was only like 4 feet, 5 feet, but you could see over it because the only area that's relatively raised was the little mine shaft entrance. It was probably like 15-ish feet higher, like a mound almost, and then comes down, and the rest of the city is kind of similar level. So you could see above and see the rest of that city. But once you get down in here, you can't see. But you know there's probably like a 8-foot gap that, again, they could possibly crawl through to get over into the city. They could either try and crawl under or over, or you could make that entrance bigger. Or make them smaller. I don't know.
Can't do that either, sadly.
Nope.
The other option is we could try and like build some sort of like rope ladder or something that they could use to crawl over.
That was my thought with going over. Because I
Good
have
try
rope.
and do
I have rope and spider climb. So
Yeah, with spider climb, some pittons and rope, you could make a pretty nice like little like, climbing course.
and then they could just.
I mean, stone giants are pretty good at climbing.
So they wouldn't need
Especially
rope.
on... I mean, they don't seem the brightest to you guys.
So they just need somebody to lead the way.
It's almost they just need to be told what to do. Now that you're seeing like the size of this hole, and then you saw what the gap was, you feel like they probably should fit through that opening. It's just like, are they afraid of the water? Do they think it's like super deep? Like, is it they think they're just not going to fit? Like, you know, when the goblins run away down that way, do they just like reach their arm through and they can't squeeze through, so they just stop?
Right.
Like,
we're figuring all this out, I'm gonna notice that smell of that rock since we're standing right by it and shut that off.
Okay. You do. Okay. And the smell disappears. It's still, it's in the air a bit, but then it disappears after a few moments. Are you guys in that tunnel, or are you guys outside it kind of deciding what to do?
Bulgrim is currently standing outside of it, looking into it.
Yeah.
Okay. You see inside it a couple skeletons of bodies, one in armor, the other one just looks like tattered, decayed clothing. The one with armor is holding a big stone over the head of the one in just clothing, like it had crushed it in, and it looks like there's a dagger in its ribs from the hand of the one that had its head crushed in.
Interesting.
Like it's on top of the person they had stabbed as and they're just kind of.
So obviously I can see just fine down this hall. It's just straight all the way through. And is it only 5 feet wide all the way through?
Yeah, 6 feet roughly.
I'm not feeling too confident about going this way. I think taking a different route would be best.
It's very easy to trap tunnels.
I don't really have a good feeling about this tunnel.
It would be good to kind of chase any goblins in through the hole right at a bunch of stone giants. Like a funnel.
Yeah, so we could go over or around and then chase them back through. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Well, if they run. Either way, I think Kai had an interesting idea with trying to climb over with the ropes.
Oh.
I didn't think the ropes would be good for us as opposed to the giants.
Right. But I think either way, like, we could all use it.
Yeah, so it's either that or the water.
I mean, you had a foot. You know there was a foot raised up out of the water, that like a side of the that you could shimmy along to get through that area if you guys wanted to try that. That's an option.
Yeah, or you could walk down the riverbank.
Yeah.
It's up to the giants, I guess, if they're coming along.
Yeah.
Which route would they prefer?
Well, I think I think we need to ask Thalik why they haven't tried to go through the channel yet, or if they would be willing to try to go through the channel.
Sounds like a good idea.
Hey, Fist, have you guys tried?
Hello.
Have you guys tried to go through the water to get to the goblins?
It's small. The water deep.
Yeah, no, we think you could fit through there because there's enough. There might be enough room. Have you tried?
No,
Do you want to try?
not really. No. But if you say goblins over there,
Goblin.
I will try. This water? And he points at like a little barrel that has water in it.
No, the river by the bridge.
Oh! Yes, no, we never try.
Would you follow us and try?
We can try.
We'll help you.
Sure, yes. And we eat goblin after, yes.
The goblin feast.
Perfect. I like goblins. They're crunchy, juicy.
So Fist is totally cool with going through the water. Are you gonna bring your family, Fist?
Yes. I like family. Are we family now? Brother?
Sure. Sure. We probably have a distant relative.
You look smaller than before, brother.
All right. Well, let's head towards the water, guys, and we'll see if we can't help Fist and his family out here.
Okay, bye.
Just
Yeah, he doesn't do that. But yeah.
he's just like, wow.
That's pretty funny.
And so are you guys walking in front of the giants?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're lumbering behind you. You guys get to that area, right? Get over here. You notice you can go across, not across the water, but like shimmy across. And the giants, you see him kind of like peek his head underneath, and he kind of scratches his butt while he's doing it, like looking. And then you see him put his arms like on the sides of it and try and like spider climb and crawl across, and his face is kind of like falling into the water at times. And you see him shake it, and it's just like splattering water. It gets on whoever's in the back a bit. And then he falls in, and you hear him. Oh, and he just like kind of like continues to crawl because he realizes it's not deep at all. Like it's 3 feet. And so him and his family follow you guys, and you guys get to the other side. I'm gonna zoom in a bit.
Oh hey, there's the boat.
So you guys get to here, and you see the boat, and the lamplighter says, "There it is. I know I left it here somewhere." So you all get in that area with now a army of giants. Awesome. Right, so you guys are all in this area. I'm just gonna move you guys to the side a bit, just so you guys can see. Okay. Sorry, lamplighter.
He just got smushed by a giant.
It's in this area that as Fist gets out, and he stands up. Oh, I smell the goblins. This is great. They're over there. And there. There. And he points like up, kind of towards the ceiling almost of the cavern. And all you guys hear is giant, obviously, but you hear him say to his family, "Come, we go hunt giants." And
Goblins.
yes,
We giants hunt.
we giants hunt goblins. Sorry, hungry. So he runs off.
Just had a bath.
Yes,
Confused.
water in ear, and you see him shake. It's like in that little sunken area of his crushed in part of his skull. There's a little
It's
pool of
like
water.
stuck.
Yeah, but yeah, you see them lumbering off, not running, but walking quite quickly that direction.
Oh, we lost our goblin or our giant army.
But you still have that connection for another like almost 4 hours. And that's where we'll take a break.
Cool.
So we'll break for now. We'll see you back in just a little bit. We'll see what happens. But until now, or until next time, keep rolling.
3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.